Hey everybody, chronic illness expert Dr. Diane here. We're talking about chronic fatigue syndrome today and how do you know if you have it? Unfortunately, this is a complicated question, meaning there's not like a perfect test out there on the market that says this is chronic fatigue syndrome. Usually chronic fatigue syndrome is diagnosed when months have gone by of long-term debilitating fatigue, oftentimes seen with other symptoms such as depression, sometimes even pain, but the main symptom being fatigue that has gone on for months without having any reason for it. So meaning most of the time this means you've had basic things done like thyroid testing and vitamin D testing and other basic blood work. Now, when you have the chronic fatigue label, oftentimes people think, okay, well, great, I finally have a reason. And it's kind of a frustrating reason, though, because having the diagnosis does not mean we know why. And I'm telling you guys, the body just does not wake up one day, even after a lot of stress, and say, I'm just going to be fatigued forever, right? There's something that happens mechanistically in the body where the body is not able to recover from stress, or there's some other inflammatory or infection type of reaction that's creating this. So it's always good to rule out the basics, right? It's always good to do those basic tests. And if everything is quote unquote normal and you're still fatigued, the good news is if you've ruled out the basics, then usually it's not like the big, bad, scary things. Of course, this is not medical information, it's education. So always make sure you run your symptoms by a doctor. Most commonly, though, if you rule out the bad things and you get a chronic fatigue diagnosis, it's not the big, bad, scary stuff, right? But then the question is, what is causing it? And that's where the work I do comes in. So essentially over the next month, we're going to be covering tons of chronic fatigue. And in this month, you're also going to find a masterclass about chronic fatigue. So make sure you look in the show notes where we have a masterclass on it. I teach those live. It's your opportunity to show up and get your questions answered. So please sign up for that in the show notes. And again, the point today is, how do you know? Well, you know if you've had long-term fatigue and it's not responding to treatments and it's not diagnosable by any of the standard conventional tests, but there are answers, there are reasons. So subscribe, sign up for my masterclass, and we're going to go into all of that throughout the course of this month. We'll see you in the next video.